Hey, welcome back. It's another Dueling Excel podcast, episode number 53. I'm Bill Jelen from MrExcel. We're joined by Mike Girvin from Excel is Fun. This episode is called GetState. Doozy of a question here. They have this long address and they want to get just the state from there. And the problem is, like here where we had an extra comma, it was returning CH from Charleston instead of the state. All right, so I'm sure that Mike's going to come up with a formula for this, but me, switching over to VBA, and we'll knock out a quick little function. VBA just is a way to do this without making my head hurt. So Alt F11, insert a module, create a new function let's just call it GetState, and we'll call it MyText. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say for I equals the length of MyText to one step minus one. See that? That's going to go backwards through each character in MyText, and we're going to start checking to see what it is. If mid of MyText, comma I, comma 1 is equal to a comma, then I know that I found the last comma, and we're going to assign the result to a variable called GetState. That variable has the same name as the function, and that's how that gets returned back to the spreadsheet, is equal to mid of MyText, comma I plus 2, comma 2. So we're at that comma, we want to skip the comma, we want to skip the space, go grab the next 2. And actually, once we find it, we don't need to loop through and look for more results, so we can simply exit 4, do an end if, and there's our next I. All right, make sure everything looks good, debug, compile. All right, good. So now, to use this, we come back to Excel, and what we have to do is equal GetState, and choose our text. There it is, SC for South Carolina. Copy that down. Illinois, Nevada, and it even works there with Charleston. All right. Works with only one comma. Mike threw that one in. So there you have it, a VBA solution. Certainly there's a formula that can solve this, but a little bit of VBA, a few lines of code, just makes the whole problem go away. Mike, let's see what you have.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Excel. Oh, you gotta love that VBA, stepping backwards through a text string. I wish I could do that with the right function. Hey, GetState, that's totally awesome. I'll do it the long way. I'll use a formula. Now, when I look at this, I see 2 commas here, and I want the last comma. Right down here, there's 1, 1, 2, 3. So I always need the last comma, even when there's 1. So I'm going to try that. But the first thing I need to do, if I'm going to find a last comma, I need to extract all the individual characters here. So I'm going to try the mid. And mid can extract a single piece of text substring from a larger text. So I'm going to say, hey, I want to extract something from there. But here's the trick, the starting number. I need to have a starting number of, if there's 40 characters here, I need to have 40 starting numbers. So I'm going to do open or curly bracket 1, comma 2, comma 3, right? Just to see how this works. So that'll extract the first 7 characters, and then the number of characters to extract each time is 1. So then if I highlight this and hit the F9 key, you can see, sure enough, it extracted the first 7 characters. Control Z. So the only trick is, how are we going to get a variable array, this is an array constant, with 1 to 40 or 1 to 18 down here? I'm going to start by looking at the indirect function. Indirect. And I can build, actually no, I'm going to start off by looking at the len, right? The len can give me the length.
44.
Right, so 44, and as I copy this down, this will tell me the ending character. So I just need to add something to the beginning to say 1 to 44, 1 to 34. So I'm going to use the indirect function. Indirect can take a text string, and the text string is going to be in double quotes 1 colon, end double quotes ampersand. So right now, if I highlight this, if I hit the F9 key, I have 1 to 44. That'll give me the 1 to 44, 1 to 37, 1 to 38 as I copy down. The indirect will convert that text string to a reference, and then the row function wrapped around that will give me an array with the numbers 1 to 44. So if I hit F9, I can see, and that will change as we go down. So Control Z. Now I can put that inside of the mid of this, and the mid is the text, the starting number, and then at the end, comma, number of characters, 1 each time. This is creating an array because it's returning lots more than one thing. So I hit F9, and you can see there's all the characters. Control Z. Now I need to say, hey, anything in there equal to, in quotes, comma. Right? So now this is going to create an array of trues and falses. Control Z. Now I'm going to put that array in parentheses and then say 1 divided by. Now what does that do? 1 divided by, well, I want to do the 1 divided by last. That comparative operator there, if I didn't put parentheses, would get calculated last. So I want it to calculate before that division. So boom. Put this inside of parentheses. I divide all those trues and falses by 1, and I'm simply going to get F9, a bunch of divide by zeros, and 1. You can see there's a 1 there and a 1 there. Boom. I have my 1s every time there's a comma. Control Z. Now I can use match. And match is great because it'll look up and tell you the position of an item. Look up, I'm just going to pick some number bigger than 1. That'll always be bigger. The only thing that's ever going to pop up here is 1. So I'm going to type a 2 for the lookup. That's the array. And the thing here is that if you don't put comma exact, you can use the default and it will do an approximate match. And so it will keep hunting for a 2, not find it. And when it finds that last number 1, it'll take that. Now let's go ahead and F9 this. You can see it gives me 30. And that is the exact position here of the last comma. I'm going to Control Z. That's the starting position. So now I'm going to use mid of this, comma. That's the starting number, 30 or whatever, as it copies down, comma. And then I want to extract. Well, 30 will give me the comma, right? And really want to go to the next space and then the next letter. So I'm going to actually, for the match thing here, the starting number, I'm going to add 2. Comma, and then I want 2, which is the length of the state. Now this is an array, so I have to hold Control Shift and Enter. You can see the curly brackets right there. Double click and send it down. Looks like I got it. Now, if we look at this a little bit closer, this thing right here, that 1 divided by, that whole thing is the part that's delivering an array. I'm going to Control X to cut it. And just like in last week's duel, when I had an array, I went ahead and put it inside the index. And that argument can handle an array without using Control Shift Enter. So I'm going to paste. And so I'm kind of confused here. I don't know where I am, but I'm going to look at my screen tips array. I'm going to type a comma. And if you put a row number, it'll extract the 3rd one or the 4th one. But if you leave it blank and just put that comma, it'll extract all the rows. So close parentheses, and that's it. Enter.
Yes, see.
So if I click back up here, no curly brackets. I'll double click and send it down. All right, definitely more convoluted and complex than that VBA, but that's the best I can do here. All right, I'll throw it back over to Mr. Excel.
Hey, Mike, that was a wild formula. I'm going to stick with VBA. For everyone else, take your pick. I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Dueling Excel podcast from Mr. Excel, and Excel is fun.